There's news today on another celebrity death. 1 week after his passing, officials say Hulk Hogan died from acute myocardial infarction, or what's more commonly known as a heart attack. E.T. obtained a medical doc which also revealed Hulk had a history of leukemia along with atrial fibrillation, a heart condition which causes an irregular heartbeat. E.T. has learned the 71-year-old will be cremated. A private service will be held on Tuesday in Florida.
Hulkamania will live forever, man.
Okay, so the heartbreaking news. July 24th, 2025, 9:51 a.m. A desperate 911 call from Clearwater Beach changed wrestling forever. The voice on the other end was reporting a cardiac arrest.
Fire Attack Bravo, Rescue 46, LR 45, Engine 46, cardiac arrest. Rescue 46, LR 45, Engine 46, Fire Attack Bravo.
The victim? Terry Bollea, better known to the world as Hulk Hogan. But what led to this tragic morning? The truth behind his final months will shock you. For months before his death, the wrestling legend was fighting the biggest battle of his life. Not in the ring, but for his very survival. Let me take you through the heartbreaking timeline that led to that fatal morning. It all started in May 2025. Hogan underwent what his team called a little fusion procedure. But this was no minor surgery. It was a 4-level anterior cervical discectomy and fusion on his neck. Decades of body slams, chair shots, and wrestling punishment had finally caught up with the Hulkster. His wife, Sky, described it as an intense surgery with a long and layered healing process. Initially, everything seemed fine. His representatives told TMZ he was up and running the very next day. Eric Bischoff, his close friend, assured fans he was recovering well, but behind closed doors, something was terribly wrong. By mid-June, disturbing rumors began surfacing. Radio host Bubba the Love Sponge, who had inside knowledge, claimed Hogan was hospitalized with heart issues. Family members were allegedly summoned for what could be final goodbyes. Hogan's team quickly denied these reports, but the damage was done. Something wasn't right. Then came July 1st. The most chilling report yet. Bubba alleged that Hogan had suffered possible brain damage from prolonged breathing issues and had been on a ventilator. His representatives fought back, denying any brain damage, but the pattern was becoming clear. The surgery had gone horribly wrong. By July 9th, reports emerged that Hogan had been in ICU for nearly 6 weeks. He was described as confused and unfit for any public appearances. The man who once lifted Andre the Giant above his head was now struggling to breathe on his own. The most heartbreaking revelation came from his longtime manager, Jimmy Hart. He revealed that Hogan had suffered an adverse reaction to his cervical surgery and had lost his ability to speak. The voice that once shouted, "What you gonna do, brother?" was silenced. He was being cared for at home in a hospital bed under constant medical supervision. Think about this. A man who had undergone 25 surgeries over the previous decade, including 10 back operations, bilateral knee and hip replacements, was now fighting for his life in his own home. Unmarked ambulances were reportedly making transfers, and tight security was maintained to shield his condition from the public eye. His last public appearance was on January 6, 2025, during WWE's Monday Night Raw Netflix debut. Even then, fans noticed something was off. He was booed by the crowd, but looking back, many wonder if his health was already declining. Now here's what happened on that tragic morning of July 24th. At exactly 9:51 a.m., emergency services received that fateful 911 call. The nature of the call? Cardiac arrest at Hogan's Clearwater Beach home. Clearwater Fire and Rescue arrived at 9:56 a.m. and immediately began treatment. Police arrived at 10:23 a.m. to support the medical response. By 10:32 a.m., Hogan was loaded into a Sunstar ambulance and rushed to Morton Plant Hospital. For 45 minutes, medical professionals fought to save the life of the man who had entertained millions. But at 11:17 a.m., Terry Bollea was pronounced dead. The Hulkster's final match was over, and this time there would be no comeback. Major Nate Burnside of the Clearwater Police Department confirmed there were no signs of trauma, no evidence of foul play, and no third-party involvement. This was a natural death, the result of a body that had endured decades of punishment finally giving out. The news of Hogan's death sent shockwaves through the world, including the highest levels of American politics. President Donald Trump, who had developed a close friendship with Hogan, posted an emotional tribute on Truth Social. We lost a great friend today, the Hulkster. Hulk Hogan was MAGA all the way. Then strong, tough, smart, but with the biggest heart. He gave an absolutely electric speech at the Republican National Convention. That was one of the highlights of the entire week. He entertained fans from all over the world, and the cultural impact he had was massive. To his wife, Sky, and family, we give our warmest, best wishes and love. Hulk Hogan will be greatly missed. Donald Trump Jr. also paid respects, posting, "R.I.P. to a legend, Hulk Hogan." Just weeks before his death, Hogan was planning a comeback, launching his own wrestling league, Real American Freestyle, on Fox Nation. But his body, after decades of punishment, couldn't keep up with his fighting spirit. The official cause was cardiac arrest, but years of injuries and recent surgery made it impossible for even the Hulkster to survive. From Hulkamania to heartbreak, Terry Bollea's final match wasn't in the ring, but in a hospital room. Even legends can't beat time. President Trump called him a true American icon. Hogan's last bell has rung, but what you gonna do, brother, will echo forever. Rest in peace, Hulkster.